welcome back to Scribe Life. So in the previous video we had a look at the closed letters, starting with the A, working over to the O, D, G, P and Q, and in this video we'll be looking at the first of the Minim letters, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So the Minim refers to the basic, building block of most of the Gothic letters, or Blackletter I should say, Blackletter letter forms, and it's exemplified with the first letter that we'll be doing, which is the I. So that's formed by starting at the top of the X height and pulling diagonally downwards to create this sort of diamond shape. It's going to be a little bit extended here, but that's sort of more or less what you're looking for. And then you pull down vertically, and then you finish with a second diamond shape, and then a 45-degree angle stroke upwards. You can also do another diamond, but in terms of historical exemplars, it seems to be more common that you use this diagonal stroke. But this shape is the Minim, and it makes up it's the main building block of a lot of the letters. So we'll try that one more time just so you can get a feel for it. Diamond shape. Pull down vertically from the middle of that first diamond, and then second diamond shape. And then that's sort of the Minim shape. The next letter that we're going to do is the J. So the J is similar to the I, starting with that same diamond, pulling diagonally from, with the top corner of your nib touching the top of the X height, and then pulling downwards and diagonally, and then starting sort of at the middle of that diamond, pulling down vertically below the X height into the descender height, and then curving slightly to the left. And that was a little bit messy. And then you just do the same vertical line there. We'll try that one more time. See if we can get it right this time. So yeah, and just as a general tip when forming the diamond shapes for Blackletter, it does look quite nice when you start slightly below and then pull upwards, and then pull diagonally and then pull upwards again in a sort of zigzag pattern, because it accentuates that sort of thorn-like appearance of the diamonds. So once again, starting from the middle of that diamond shape with your nib as always at 45 degrees, pull down vertically until you reach the descender, and then just curve slightly out to the left, and then complete it with a upward diagonal stroke at 45 degrees. The next letter that we're going to do is the N, and that's formed as follows. You have the diamond shape, pull down into the vertical until it's one nib width from the bottom, second diamond, forming the Minim, starting at the top, pull diagonally down and then flick up slightly, and then at this point pulling into the vertical, and then curve out rather than forming that diamond, and then using the corner of the nib here, pull it, twisting your pen up, flick out in a sort of slightly curved pattern or trajectory, whatever word you choose to use, to form that sort of flourish. So we'll do that one more time for you to get an idea of what I'm talking about. Diamond shape using the sort of up, diagonal, up pattern, vertical, diamond again, and then starting at the corner of that first diamond, diagonally down and then flick up slightly, pull down to the second vertical and then curve, and then twisting the pen, flick up and curve slightly back to form the flourish at the end. The next letter that we're going to do is the M. And the M is more or less just the same pattern as the N, but with one more iteration of that Minim shape. So we start with the diamond, pull down vertically again into another diamond, starting at the corner of that first diamond, pull diagonally, so up, down, up. At the end of that diamond shape, pull down again, and then form yet another diamond. And then at the corner of this second top diamond, pull diagonally down and curve slightly, and then pull vertically down, curve, twist the pen and flick. And as you can see, it's a little bit wonky here, but you'll notice again, as I was talking about in previous videos, that very regular pattern of verticals that are separated by roughly one nib width, and even the spaces between letters themselves is about one nib width. So we'll do that one more time so you can get an idea of how it looks. Diagonal, vertical, diagonal, diagonal, vertical, diagonal, diagonal, flicking up slightly, vertical, and then curve, twist the nib, and then flick. So that's the M. The final letter in this particular group of Minim letters for this episode, or for this lesson, is the R. And that's formed with the same Minim shape of the diamond, vertical, and then diamond, and then a diagonal that flicks slightly upwards. What you can also do to add some flourish, I'll show you in the second version, is to add a hairline here. And I'll show you how to form that in a minute. You just do the diamond, vertical, second diamond, and then starting from the corner of that first diamond shape, pull diagonally and flick upwards slightly, and then using the corner of your nib, pull down so it curves slightly back towards that first vertical, and then straighten out to form the hairline. And that looks very good at the end of letters, and you'll see that in historical manuscripts here and there, and it's just a nice little addition that you can make to your letters to give it a little bit of pop. So that's the first set of Minim letters. Give them a go. Familiarize yourself with that diagonal, vertical, diagonal pattern, sort of diamond shape, vertical, diamond shape, vertical, diamond shape. Take note of the exceptions. The thing that you'll probably take the most time to get used to is that flourish, which I'll just show you in isolation to give you an idea of how it should work. Again, so after you've done a diagonal and you want to add a flourish, you twist the pen upwards, but keep it in contact with the paper so that the corner of the nib there is still touching the page, and then you, because the ink is still wet, when you draw upwards and then curved back towards the letter, it draws out the ink into that very fine line, and that adds a very nice flourish to your letters. So keep practicing that. When you feel that you're confident enough with that, you can move on to the next lesson, where we'll be doing the second half of the Minim letter collections. And until then, keep scribbling.